you need to define your disasters where you guys work. What are your disasters? You need to really write them down and discuss them with the partners. And then, which brings in point number 2, you have to set the expectations for the type of disaster you have. If it's, if we let somebody go and on the way out they sat there and deleting all the critical drives, and is it a personnel disaster? Is the building disappear? What happened? It's going to be a huge difference in the time for recovery. So might want to kind of sort of define what those are. Set the expectations. If it's a user problem, hardware problem, if your AC fails in the building, if you know if you had a drive failure, it'll save you a lot in the long run. And run through your DR solution completely. Time it, test it, run through it a few times. We picked up another server. We were up. Took us 6 hours from a bare box out of the box, a server right out of the box. It took us 6 hours to get up probably 7 servers off the VMDK file backups up and running, and in a test environment from scratch, fully up and running. There's always going to be some hiccups, of course, and you guys know with the tombstone dates on and Active Directory lived, how long they live, and you have to trick the domain controls occasionally if it's whatever's been offline too long. But it works great. We were able to bring a full system up on one server with all our VMs, no problems.
What this book does is really emphasizes the fact that the amount of risk you're willing to tolerate has a direct correlation with the cost of IT in your firm. And the author of the book, Thrasher, says that it's not a percentage of revenue that dictates what you should spend in any industry, but it's rather the tolerance for risk. And we have a lot of firms in the circles that have talked about disaster recovery, backup, etc. But the people that really make the most sense are the firms from South Florida that have been through the hurricanes. And they will all tell you that the partners all worry about the technology and the data, but it's the people and the other things that are really important if you go through a true disaster like a tornado, fire, flood, or a hurricane. Their systems, even though the building, I'm thinking primarily right now of one firm, their systems were all up, the lights were blinking, the roof was off the building, there was water on all their desks, and just total mess in the facility. And they've shown pictures to their circle before. But IT was all ready to go. Here's what the employees want to know. Will I get a check this Friday? How soon do I have to come back to work? And will I have a job as soon as I get a place to live? And how can I get some cash? Because the bank tellers or the ATMs are all down. Now, these are not the things we think about normally, but those are what your employees are going to be most concerned about in a real disaster. So this is huge. And what My Agility does is it allows you to record all your insurance policies, who your contact people are with regard to software. This is stuff you should maintain anyway, but having it in the cloud, so to speak, is much, much better than having it in the computer room in your firm, because if you have a disaster, that may go.